Good morning, everybody. Welcome. It is time to get started with unit number 5. So we are entering the second half of English 107. Just a couple of reminders about the first half of English 107. If there's anything from weeks 1 through 4 that you have not yet submitted, please do so as soon as humanly possible. The second half always goes by super quickly. And there's no extensions beyond the last day. So got to get the late work in now. It's certainly fine to turn in something if you haven't already done so. I also want to really make sure that you are checking your feedback. There have been several assignments for a lot of people that I have turned back to you because I needed something additional to be turned in, and I haven't received those. So please do check if you are missing a grade or if you have a 0 or a 5 points on an assignment that you know you submitted. That means there was something wrong and I have asked you to resubmit it. So please, please, please check your feedback, make whatever changes you need to, and resubmit that assignment for a grade. So don't forget. All right, let's take a look at what's happening this week. All right, so Unit 5's theme is awareness, and we are focusing on things like belonging and inclusion, which these days has a bad rap. Uh, but most of us are still big believers in the fact that it is important to include people of all kinds. So anyway, this week is potentially a controversial one, or it could be, depending on who was looking at over our shoulders. But anyway, that's what we're focusing on. And part of that, of course, is recognizing bias, our own biases, times when people may be biased against us, or even biased in favor of us, because that happens as well. We're going to talk and learn a little bit about self-advocacy and research to support an opinion. All right. So this week's readings and resources include some chapters, of course, from our typical textbook. We're going to be looking at chapter 2 on research, chapter 6 on academic writing, and chapter 9 on reducing bias. You are also going to be looking at two potential items for your Unit 5 assignment. One is a poem. The other is an article. So you'll choose one of the next two to focus on. You should read both of them, obviously, but you'll choose one of them to focus on in the writing assignment. So the poem comes along obviously with the text, but here is also a video of the author of the poem reading the poem, which is always helpful. And then we have a video on belonging, a video on inclusion, and that will round out your readings and resources for this week. Next, of course, will be the interactive exercise. I am always interested in this one because facts versus opinion is a big debate in all kinds of circles. So opinions sometimes get a bad rap. Oh, that's just my opinion. Oh, it's an opinion. You can't use that. And that's not necessarily true. A well-informed opinion is perfectly acceptable in trying to prove your point. We use expert opinions all the time to help us support our arguments. So it's a good one. Next, of course, is the Unit 5 discussion board, which has to do with the self-awareness piece. How do you feel about this course so far? What are some of the assignments that benefited you? What were some areas you struggled in the class? And then share with the class one assignment that you thought was interesting, helpful, or unexpected. What were some of the reasons this assignment had meaning for or resonated with you? And then, of course, you will have until Sunday to respond to two others. Make sure that your own response is a good, solid paragraph, so at least 6 sentences, and then make sure that your responses to others are well developed. Aim for 3 to 5 sentences. Try asking them a question, things of that nature. Okay. The Unit 5 journal assignment is about bias and self-advocacy. So this week you were introduced to biases and stereotypes, and here's the thought question to two thought questions to guide you in your journaling. Again, remember at least 6 sentences for your journal as well. There's two distinct parts. One deals with stereotyping or bias, and the other deals with self-advocacy. So if it helps you to make 2 separate paragraphs, that's certainly fine. Just be sure that you answer both parts of this. So the first one is, have you ever been stereotyped or judged based on the way you speak or look? Do you ever wonder what you might do if faced with bias, or if you felt you were being stereotyped unfairly? And then the self-advocacy part is about getting a grade. So consider the following scenario. You think you've been given an unfair grade, but are not sure why. How would you proceed? Share the steps you would take. Okay, so as usual, there's no wrong answers for these, but you do need to fully develop the responses to both of those prompts in order to get your full points on that. And then finally, we have a formal writing assignment, which is this time around, it's going to be the reflection on either the poem or the article that are in the readings and resources. So first, let's take a look at the assignment sheet as we always do. Let me make this a little bigger. Oops, not quite that big. Maybe a little too big. In this assignment, you will review either a poem or an article on belonging and caring, and create a 3-paragraph reflection on that article or poem by answering questions about the author's perspective. So this is an essay. Rather than 1 paragraph, you are writing 3 paragraphs. That's what makes it an essay and not just a paragraph. So you're going to read both the poem and the article and then choose one to focus on in this particular assignment. Write 1 paragraph of at least 3 sentences to respond to each of the following questions. And so therefore you must have at least 9 sentences total, because at least 3 with 3 sentences each. First paragraph, what is the author trying to say about belonging and caring? Second paragraph, according to the writer, what is one way to validate belonging and caring? And third paragraph, what is one challenge the writer explores about belonging and caring? You will have all the elements of an APA paper for this one. So you will have a title page. You will have the essay starting on page 2. It may or may not go over a page. 3 paragraphs could be 1 page, could be more. They will be double spaced. So sometimes you'll write a little bit more. It might take up more than 1 page, which is fine. And then after that, you will have the reference page. And you do need to have an actual reference page for this with an APA citation. Those are included in the readings and resources. So we're going to take a look at how to set that up. Don't forget, of course, to look through the rubric before you start, as well as after you finish, and before you submit it. Make sure you aim, of course, for the all directions followed column in all of the aspects. So do you have 3 paragraphs? Are each of the paragraphs at least 3 sentences? Does question 1 answer the question, or did you answer question 1, 2, and 3? Title and reference pages, all or nothing there. They're either there or they're not. And then, of course, grammar, punctuation, all of that good stuff as usual. All right. So let's take a look at how to set this up. Now, I'm going to go, it does not give you another link to the template, and I'm kind of surprised that it doesn't, but this is a good reminder that we can get the template over here under APA 7th edition. So we're going to click on the template, and it'll open for me, of course, in the full version of Microsoft Word, as you guys know, and I'm going to need to reshare this. So let me change my sharing so that you can see it. All right, so let's go to the Word document. And of course, we have everything is set up the way it's supposed to be. We have the title in bold. Everything is double spaced. We've got spots for everything. And we have the references list. The there's some of this stuff that we won't need, so we'll get rid of it, but let's go ahead and set it up. So I'm going to give my essay a title. Unit 5, belonging and caring. I don't need a subtitle. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. You can leave the space there. You're going to put in your first and last name. Let's do, who was I just thinking about earlier? I was watching a video. Now I can't remember. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll use Taylor Swift. Why not? All right. Department name, of course, we know is Department of English. Post University. The course number and course name is ENG 107. The power of words. Your instructor's name, of course, is Jackie Pierce. And the due date for this one would be Sunday, which is the 6th, I believe. Where'd you go, April? My calendar is still messed up. I don't know why. I don't understand what is happening to my calendar, but it is not letting me look at the calendar. Sunday, I'm sure is the 6th. So let me use that. April 6th, 2025. All right. So we repeat the title at the top of the next page, Unit 5, oops, can't spell. And we don't need the subtitle. So we notice we are indented a half an inch for the first line, and this is where the first paragraph will go. So we're going to say, in the first paragraph, you'll answer this question. And let me put that in there for you. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and copy all of these so that I don't have to come back. All right, so the first question is, what is the author trying to say about belonging and caring? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit enter and enter. Okay, so make sure to write at least 3 full sentences in each of these paragraphs. That is how you will earn maximum points. Oops, can't spell. Okay, gonna do the same thing for the others. Oops, that should have an S. Okay, and okay, perfect. Beautiful paragraph. All right, so now we need to go to the references page. So the references page should start at the top of page 3 in this case, and it's way down there. So what has happened is instead of having a page break, we have just hit enter to get there. And I'm going to undo that and show you how to fix that. So this needs a page break. We're going to insert page break. And then the word references should be in the center. So we go to the home screen, we choose center, and there we go. Now, this is supposed to be one item that is set up with what's called a hanging indent. So I'm going to fix this, and I'm going to share this with you guys so you can have my version, which we know has the correct information. I'm going to get rid of this, and we're going to get rid of, I'm going to leave this here just so you can see what it kind of reminds you of what is included, but we're going to change this to have a hanging indent, which is the bottom triangle goes over. And now we need the citations. So we're going to come back into the readings and resources for Unit 5. Oops, scrolled too far. And these are the citations that you'll need. So I'm going to copy both of them. Now, you will only use one, okay? But I'm going to copy both of them and paste them in here so you can see what they will look like. We're going to use match formatting. Oh, I do not need this to have a bullet, and I need this to go back to the regular margin and this to go. It's not more than one line, so it doesn't really have a hanging indent, but we want to have the hanging indent there because if we add longer citations, we will need it. So we're going to then copy this one and do the same thing. Paste in with match formatting. And this one, again, we're going to have to undo. Good grief. That's fine. We change things all the time. It's good to know how to adjust it, so it's fine. Okay, and these are currently in alphabetical order, which is what we always use for a reference page. As I mentioned, you will only have one of them. You're either going to write about the poem or you're going to write about the article, but this is what they will look like once you've put them on here. The other thing I want to show you is if you use the video, I would also cite the video. So let's open this in YouTube. And we're going to save the
I am offering this poem.
Okay. We're going to go to the website that I've told you about before. We're going to go to Scribr and we're going to use the citation generator. Well, we're going to try. Where'd it go? Huh, something's going on with their website. All right. Let's try APA citation generator free. Citation Machine claims they have it, so let's try them. And then it is a website. So we're going to put the URL in and hit search. I think this is one that will make us watch an ad, so please bear with me. I don't, maybe it's my internet and it's not Scribber's website. Let me see. No. Let's try my bib. APA, okay. So that's correct. No, that is not correct at all. Oh, okay. Let me. Grammarly? Let's try Grammarly. We want APA. This is a website. Well, it's an online video, technically. Yeah, I'm just gonna use website. Oh, it's asking us for the information. Okay, well, here's the URL. All right. So the title, good grief. Where did my YouTube go? Need this back open in YouTube. All right, so the title is Jimmy Santiago Baca. I am offering this poem. So we're going to put the information in then at once. That's fine. We can do that. It should be much easier to do this. Again, if the Scribber is working, this is usually not this it's usually not this complicated. It's on YouTube. We know that. And the publishing date is let's see, 11 years ago. Does it have an exact date? November 30th, 2013. Oh, 30th. Sorry. And today's date is 03/31/2025. Okay. Oh, it's gonna make me sign. Uh, okay. This is not correct, but we're gonna copy what it gave us, and then we're gonna fix it. So let's put that in. The title has to go before the date. I don't know why this is giving us such bad information today. We're gonna But in a way, I'm glad you guys are seeing this happen to me because honestly, one of the things that people do is get so frustrated that they don't follow through and keep persevering. So we have now done that. All right. So this is the correct citation for the poem, but hopefully Scribber will be working and it won't be an issue. So I'm going to save this anyway and share it with you guys. So you should be able to utilize this one. Again, you don't need all three of these citations. You only need the one that you're using. English 107, Unit 5, sample essay. Okay. Documents, save. Phew. All right. So I will share that with you. Good luck. If you need to help with it, feel free. Don't forget, of course, that tomorrow is Tuesday, so that means we will be having the workshop tomorrow night. So I will show all of this again, and hopefully we'll get a better citation to start with for the poem. So anyway, everybody have a great week 5, and let me know if you have any questions.